Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to use Kabbalistic tarot cards to predict the month of February 2017 for you, the snake. So you come from the snake family, right? I've given the cards a bit of a shuffle. The first card that I'm going to pull for you, the snake, regarding February, it's got to do with your romance, marriage, and family areas. And this is the card, and it's facing you. And that's a good sign. When it faces you, you have more control. But what the card says is that the first half of the month is going to be very difficult. Your feet are tied. You cannot move in areas of romance. And you will find that you seem to be victimized in your romance area. So some happiness could be coming due to past events being brought up, and also unexpected new difficulties, and some of these difficulties regarding finance as well. So the first 2 weeks of romance, really bad. Not every day, of course, but generally bad. The second half of the month for your romance has improved a lot. It's improved so much that you could be on another planet enjoying yourself so much in the second half of the month. You could meet new romances if you want, and if you have a romance, it'll go very well, and the understanding is perfect. And so there's plans for travel, there's plans for shopping, there's plans for all kinds of good things so that your romance becomes very steady and happy in the last 2 weeks of February. Regarding marriage, the first 2 weeks in your marriage, I can see that past issues are being brought up to dampen the marriage and bring frustration. And also some unexpected developments in the first 2 weeks could put your marriage in a very dampening state. So unhappiness is seen. And there's a danger of arguments and quarrels as well. The second half of the month makes your marriage a delightful place to be in for you. It brings about the ideas for travel. Financial issues are now better. The general spiritual belief between the two of you is in harmony. And also emotional areas are extremely working well. So what a contrast for you in romance or marriage, where the first 2 weeks so much problems and the second 2 weeks allows you to enjoy yourself. In general family areas, the first 2 weeks you may have interferences that may trouble your romance or marriage. So don't allow your parents or your siblings to come in and to complicate the issue for the whole month. That could be part of the reason why I can see that interferences are troubling you a lot for the 2 weeks in the areas of career, of romance, marriage, and family. The second card which I'm going to pull for you has got to do with career, business, and finances, and it's facing you. That's a very good sign. Now, what do the cards say about your career? Well, it says you have to take a strong, hard look at your career in the beginning of the month, which I make as the first 2 weeks of the month, because whatever you are expecting is not coming your way. Things are very slow. So delays are going to frustrate your career, and also unexpected differences either with your colleagues or with your boss make this a very gloomy 2 weeks. And arguments are also seen there. And the biggest setback is that if you have asked for a pay rise, you're going to have some disappointment in the first 2 weeks. The second 2 weeks of your career show that there is some help coming, around 30% I would say, but still 30 to 35%, but still some help is coming. So the last 2 weeks of the month in your area of career are much better in the sense that the bosses are kinder to you and may send you word that something is being done about your request. Your colleagues could be more friendly, and the general atmosphere of progress is seen for you in the last 2 weeks of February. Regarding business, if you are in business, the first 2 weeks are going to set you back in terms of despair, meaning disappointment. And so you may get news that what you have been trying to get in business for some time, and the news will not be good for the first 2 weeks. And also new problems are setting in, and they may have to do with having to make many changes which are not to your liking. So in business areas, you are, for the first 2 weeks, really with your back to the wall. Be patient, because when we go to the second half of the month, there's a big turnaround for you. It's a very peaceful situation for business, and a very lucky one. And all the things that have been deprived for you in the first 2 weeks are going to be given to you in the last 2 weeks of February. So you are going to strike it well in the last 2 weeks of February in areas of business, and the progress will be very fast. General finances, the first 2 weeks is gloomy, so you cannot afford to plan or move ahead with any expansion. But the last 2 weeks opens up all the doors for expansion and progress, and you will do very well in terms of finances as well. I'm now going to pull a next card regarding your health areas. And this card is facing you. So health is not going to be a big problem. But still, health areas, I see the sign of Saturn here. And that normally for you can mean very weak lungs. And so if you are asthmatic, be especially very careful. Be very careful. And if you have lung problems, go and see a doctor. And also regarding your blood, it can be a fluctuation of high blood or low blood, and that could be from a very stressful first 2 weeks. The other area I do worry a little bit is a slow digestion might take place in the month of February, and that could lead to constipation. So nothing very serious problems regarding health, but the few that I've mentioned. So in all areas, the first 2 months uphill, and the last 2 months a very nice ride in all areas of life. And that's what I have to tell you for you, the snake, for the month of February using Kabbalistic tarot cards. Thank you and goodbye.